Welcome to the Collector Cave, and this is the final video for the 2024 year in review that I'm doing. The first one I did was my 2024 year in review for Hot Toys, my least to favorite Hot Toys that I got. And then I did one also for Mezco figures, my least to favorite Mezco figures in 2024. This video is kind of an ode to honorable mentions. I primarily collect Mezco and Hot Toys, but there's other figures I got throughout the year, and so this is kind of a video to show how much of my appreciation for those figures from different lines. So there's 9 figures in total, so let's get started from my least to my favorite. Okay, number 9 comes in at Bring Arts Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII Remake. And my year started finally beating Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then getting into Intermission, and then getting into Rebirth after that. So my first quarter of my year was me spent playing those games. I really got into Final Fantasy VII. I bought a lot of Play Arts Kai figures, and I bought the main party and Sephiroth of the Bring Arts line. And they're not without their issues. There's some QC issues with both of those lines, but this one I think turned out the best out of all of the Bring Arts. And I just kind of wanted to show the Barrett a little bit. Turned out really good. His gun turns, but this is more based off of what they look like in the original game for the most part. And I think it's a cool line. They are making a lot more, which I'm not going to get. It's just too much, and they're too expensive because they're imports. But yeah, definitely an honorable mention to the Bring Arts FF7, especially this figure, Barrett Wallace. Okay, my number 8 honorable mention this year is Muff Toys Top Agent, which is James Bond, portrayed by Daniel Craig. This is the third-party release that came out earlier this year, and this figure is really awesome. I'm begging for someone to get the James Bond license, like Mezco or someone, and make some Bonds, make some villains. And I'll tell you this figure photographs fantastic. I have a couple shots up on my Instagram, and he looks really good, especially with some uplighting. And you can see he has his Walther PPK and the silencer. He comes with a couple other accessories. He has a watch. I think there's a playing card, because I think this is supposed to be from Casino Royale, I believe. I'm not 100% certain. But yeah, Top Agent. And what's cool is the base is magnetic. Hot Toys is starting to do this a little bit with some of their new releases. So kind of cool that they gave that base as magnetized. This is the 1/12 scale, so about 6 inches, and a fine release from Muff Toys. Okay, my number 7 honorable mention goes to Play Arts Kai Final Fantasy VII Remake Aerith Gainsborough dress version. And this figure is not from 2024, but like I said, I got into these games. I finally beat him this year, and I went back and got some of these figures that were still available. So this one came out, I think, in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. But man, there's a lot of the Play Arts Kai figures I liked, I would have added here, but I think this one really it's probably one of the best ones that they've released, in my opinion. This dress is so elegant, and the detail they did with Aerith, her shoes, her little tassel there, the star tassel, the way the dress is painted, and it does have ball joints on it, so you can move the dress as well. And then her look, she looks really good. She has her bracelets on, earrings. And this headpiece is done very nice decoratively. It's also got a ball joint as well to move a little bit. But I think this figure on the shelf looks fantastic. And yeah, one of my favorite honorable mentions that I got this year. My number 6 honorable mention is Mafex Magneto comic book version. And again, this figure is not from 2024. It's pretty old, but I think they re-released it. And I got them in BBTS earlier this year. And I have to say, if you're into comic accurate looking figures and you like X-Men and Magneto, this is the Magneto to get. Make no mistake about it. This is a fantastic figure. Comes with some really awesome accessories. In fact, I'm going to take the time. I got the box out because I'm going to make one change on this figure just to show you guys how awesome this figure looks. So, I mean, look at this pose right here. It's pretty cool in itself, but I'm going to do one more change and just show you guys something really cool. Okay, and check this out. Is that not an awesome look? And I think this is based off of Jim Lee's art of Magneto in the 90s, but there's a comic panel or run where he has the shadowed face like that. I forget which one it is, but boy, that looks fantastic. Look how awesome that looks. So yeah, this is definitely an honorable mention. I got some Mafex X-Men figures this year, and this is by far my favorite one. He just looks so good. So that's a great release. All right, next up, my honorable mentions for this year is Marvel Legends from Hasbro, King the Conqueror, and this was the Hasbro PulseCon 2024 release that comes with the timeshare. And I'm a huge King the Conqueror fan. I love classic look for comics. And while I don't collect Hasbro anymore, there's two figures I got this year that are both on these honorable mentions, and this is one of them. This timeshare is fantastic. You got to put it together. There's no directions, but I have my review. I put it together on camera, so if you have any questions, just watch that video. I'll show you that it'll show you the mistakes I made. But this thing is fantastic, and this updated head sculpt. It's the same body from the release a couple years ago, I believe. It's just a new head sculpt and a couple other king faces, as well as some weapon and a couple other hands. But yeah, I mean, he sits in the throne, he sits in the timeshare, no problem. This is kind of like translucent blue right here, so it kind of has a cool look to it. And yeah, just all around, a really awesome release from Hasbro. Their Marvel Legends team has been doing really good for quite a while now. While I don't collect the stuff, I do see when it comes out. I see pictures on Instagram, and really impressed with what the Marvel Legends team is pumping out. Okay, my number 4 honorable mention for 2024 goes to McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Darkseid, which if you're a child of the 80s, this is Superpowers Darkseid for the most part. And I grew up playing with Star Wars toys, Transformers, and then Secret Wars, Marvel, and then DC Superpowers. Those are my 4 main lines. And so as Darkseid being one of my favorite DC villains, I had to get this. I missed the initial run. They were sold out instantly. I was kind of bummed out, but then I saw it again on BBTS, and I snatched it up. And boy, it's not perfect. This arm falls off a lot. It was a bad design, and these thighs come off. It's almost like a Build-A-Figure the way it's built. So you gotta be careful when you pose it. Stuff's gonna fall off, but standing on a shelf, this thing looks so imposing. And it has a wired cape that's material, fabric. So he didn't cheap out with plastic. And the cape feels a lot like the cape did from when I was a kid. I had Darkseid. The one thing they missed is the light piping up on the top of the head to make the eyes glow. That's what the 85 figure had, was the light piping up here. So when you shined a light down, his eyes would glow. But you get the Omega Beam look, and you get one more head sculpt and a pointing hand and another fist, I believe. But yeah, man, I was so excited to get my hands on this figure. And you can mix and match some of these lines. I mean, with Darkseid being this big, you could mix this with Mezco probably, or other different lines to make them match up. But yeah, now my number 4 honorable mention goes to McFarlane Toys Superpowers Darkseid. Okay, my number 3 honorable mention for 2024 goes to Hasbro Marvel Legends Jean Grey and the Phoenix Force Deluxe Edition. I got the Jean Grey Phoenix from Mafex, and I bought some flame effect pieces from Tamashii Nations to go with it, and then this thing dropped, I think at Hasbro PulseCon. And I was like, man, I don't collect Hasbro, but I gotta get this just for the Phoenix Force in itself. And I'll be darned if this thing isn't better than the Mafex figure. I don't say that lightly either, because I love Mafex, and but this figure was $50, and it comes with way more than the Mafex one did. This head sculpt right here of Jean Grey is fantastic. It's better than the Mafex one, I think. Now the body overall, I like the Mafex body better. This is, gummy plastic, Hasbro plastic, but the paint apps are done good. The Phoenix Force logo looks good. She comes with 2 head sculpts, 4 hands, and then this awesome flame pillar you got to put together, and she just fits into it. Her foot fits in there, and then this awesome bird, which you can get a light behind, and it lights up really cool. I was super impressed with this release. I have a video review on it. Didn't get a lot of looks. I'm surprised, because I think this is one of Marvel's or Hasbro's best Marvel Legends releases ever, in my opinion. I think it's just fantastic. And if you do have the Mafex Jean Grey, the Phoenix version, you can put that figure in here. It will fit. I have a review that kind of shows that as well. But man, this was almost higher than number 3, but This one comes in at number 3 for honorable mentions of 2024. Okay, my number 2 honorable mention figure of the year is S-Hero Iron Monarch. And this is a third party. S-Hero is a third party. And this is based off of the What If comic. What if Iron Man became Doctor Doom? It's called Demon in Armor. And as a huge Doom fan, I got the Doom figure S-Hero released last year, and I pre-ordered this one around the same time, but it took forever to show up. And then about a week or two after they announced Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man, this thing showed up on my door. So it's like S-Hero realized, we better hurry up. And what's funny is S-Hero had this idea of using Robert Downey Jr. before it was even announced. So they were on it. And so the fact that this happened, I think is hilarious. And, this is a little bit different than the Doom figure. Instead of silver armor, it's gold to kind of match the Iron Man look. And then you have the arc reactor, which is just magnetized. It pulls off if you don't want to use it. And then there's the Doom mask, which this version only gives you one mask, which looks like the Kirby version, which is really cool. And it's just magnetized, and it goes on better than the other version of Doom did. And that's what he looks like with the mask on. And he comes with some booster effects, and you can change out this base with 2 other different cardboard bases. There's like an Egyptian one and some other city. And then you can have this flight rod, which I don't have him connected to. I'm just using it to support him. There's a flight rod he has. You can put him on the flight rod. But yeah, this is a great figure. One of my favorites of this year out of any figure I got. It's top notch. And that Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt for a third party is actually really good. I've got some pictures on my Instagram account I took of this figure, and they turned out really good. When you get some good lighting, again, some uplighting and some dark environments, this thing looks fantastic. So this is my number 2 honorable mention for the year. So what is number 1? And my number 1 honorable mention for 2024 goes to Mars Toys Mr. J, which is Jack Nicholson from Batman, 89 Batman. And I was blown away when this figure showed up earlier this year. He comes with 2 other head sculpts. And just to point out for those people that are looking at this and saying this isn't right, you're correct. This is not the suit he wore at the art museum in 89 Batman. The beret and this face are designed to go with a previous release that they released that has that outfit. They just threw this in with this release, but this portrait, this is so fantastic. This is how I've had him displayed on my Detolf since I've got him. I'm going to change it out here in a minute, but it's so good. And then what this suit is based off of is the night after he becomes Joker, and he meets with the mob bosses, and he fries Rotelli with that joy buzzer. This is the suit he's wearing. He comes with a tie, and he comes with 2 of the head sculpts where he put the flesh tone makeup over his white face during that meeting, and he wipes off his forehead because he's sweating and the white shows up. It has those 2 head sculpts, which I'm gonna put back with the tie because it suits what this look is. But he also comes with the mask that Alicia had once he disfigured her with his acid, whatever he did to her. But this figure is one of my favorite figures of the year, honestly. I think Dr. Doom, the Mezco, is number 1, and then probably maybe this or the Vader from Hot Toys. This is better than the 89 Batman I got from Hot Toys, in my opinion. And those Jack Nicholson head sculpts, the other 2 head sculpts, look fantastic. Some of the best head sculpts I've ever seen from any 1/6 scale. So Mars Toys is a name that you should remember in the third-party space if you collect third-party. And they're going to be releasing the Riddler from the 66 show, Frank Gorshin, who's my favorite Riddler. That's a 2-pack. I've had that on pre-order for it feels like 3 years now. And it's supposed to be coming out soon, so I cannot wait. I got a space on my shelf for that. So yeah, this has been my year in review. Let me just get these figures all together real quick. So here are my 2024 honorable mentions all together in one shot. Let me know what you guys think. Do you have any of these figures? Do you feel the same way I do about some of these? Some of these turned out so fantastic. That Joker, the Iron Monarch, the Jean Grey, just fantastic looking figures. I'll just do a once over here real quick to kind of show off some of these figures that I have as honorable mentions. That Magneto looks so fantastic. What a great figure. That Aerith. And the Tony Stark, the Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt they did before we even knew Robert Downey Jr. was going to be Doctor Doom. Fantastic. And then finally, Jack Nicholson as the Joker from '89 Batman. Just an awesome array of figures and really fun year collecting. I haven't enjoyed my collection as much as I should, being so busy, but I'm redoing my office where I have my all my displays, and I'll be doing a 2025 display room video pretty soon once I get them all put out the way I want them. But until this time, next time, let me know what you guys think about this video, end of year stuff. It's been a busy year. Looking forward to 2025, and I hope you guys have enjoyed these videos. I've been doing YouTube now for over a year, and I'm enjoying it. It's fun. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video. Give me a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, thank you for watching.